Is it okay if I sit beside you?
Yeah, next to me?
Right beside you.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that?
Yes.
All right, I'm sitting beside you.
Okay.
It's good to see you again.
Good to see you, Chris.
Timmy, I've known you for years now.
When I first came to America?
Yeah, I met you when you first came to America. Do you remember that?
When?
It was years ago.
When I just first came?
Yep, and I feel like we're good friends now.
Uh-huh.
Do you also feel like we're good friends?
Yes.
Can I ask you some questions about when you first came to America and when you were first adopted?
Uh-huh.
When you first came to this country and you found your new family, your forever family, what did you feel like?
I felt like they were like the people in China and how they left me.
Over the last 6 months, he's started to unpack a lot of experiences that he had in China that we didn't even know he had experienced, and he had never been able to share with us until now.
China was not a good place. Do you know that, Chris?
Why was your experience there not good?
Because my mama left me in the bridge, and then maybe she left me because she was scared. She was scared having a disability. In China, the government says you should only have one baby.
What emotion do you experience when you think about your bio mom?
I was sad because she may not be a good mama.
How do you feel knowing that you were left on a bridge?
Sad because my mom could not be a nice mom. She did not like how I was. She didn't like disability kids.
Is that what you feel happened?
Yeah. But maybe she just was really scared.
That could be too. And I can't tell you what your mom was thinking or how she felt. I can't tell you her motives. But I can tell you that many people here love you.
Uh-huh.
And many people here are happy you're here. Was Timmy capable of accepting love in the beginning?
No. It was very, very difficult for him too. He would and to an extent that's completely understandable, because every caregiver he ever had left. Everybody that he got close to in China would go and move on to the next thing, and he just never could develop a lasting, connection with anybody.
When he first came, we wanted to hug him, and he didn't know how to hug, and he would push us away, and he'd say, "Timmy, hug Timmy. Timmy, hug Timmy." And it was so awkward and so hard, and he would grab my glasses and throw them, and we know he didn't mean it, buddy.
I was kind of sad, and I was crying, and my parents couldn't tell what's going on, and then I couldn't tell either what my emotion was, and then I was like crying, and my parents kept loving me, and so was my friends, and it was hard.
The biggest challenge was him feeling safe enough to express his emotions, or even being able to define or articulate that he had emotions and that they were okay to share.
I didn't know how to express my emotions a lot when I was in America, because no one in China, why do they don't teach kids about emotions? Do you know why?
I think that a lot of parents teach their kids emotions, but because you were born and you became an orphan, maybe there wasn't anyone to teach you about how your emotions were to be expressed.
I used to say terrible things to my families, but now I try not to say them a lot.
Yeah, you're doing way better now, buddy. I think you were testing us. I think you were saying, they're going to leave anyway, so I'm just going to say these terrible things and give them a good reason to leave. Because everybody leaves.
So you thought your new family was going to leave you, just like other people left you?
Yes,
Were you scared?
a little bit, because I did not know my family that well.
Well, that's understandable. What caused you to stop saying those terrible things?
Well, we taught me a lot. We held a lot accountable to me.
Yeah, we just kept loving you, huh?
Yes.
We kept saying, okay, let's talk about it.
There's so much growing that happens in the first few years of your life, and when that nurturing presence isn't there to foster that, I think it just gets put on hold, and it becomes harder and harder to develop as you grow without that. But once it's there, it like comes alive.
When he first came, every night for a couple months, we would gather around before we went to bed and we would talk about our emotions in front of him, like an example. And so we'd say, I was happy today when, and then each person would say, you know, a reason they were happy, and Timmy would say, I was happy when, and he would give his example. And then we'd say, I was sad when, we'd all share something, and he'd say, I wasn't sad, I was just happy.
The only thing I would just do is say, no, I'm happy. And then my friend can tell I'm being mad or angry or sad. And I will say, I'm happy. Yeah.
Why did you want everybody to think you were just always happy?
Because I'd never expressed my emotions before. I never did, except when I first came to America. I did not know how to express my emotions, and that was the reason why I said I'm always happy.
And then we would say, hey, bud, remember today when you got angry when this happened? And he'd be like terrified that we knew he was angry. Like, he's not supposed to be angry. He's not supposed to be sad. And so we were like, oh, buddy, that's really normal. We have emotions all throughout the day, and it's okay to be angry. We just don't want to camp there. We want to overcome our anger. We don't want to camp in sadness or fear. And so teaching him that it's okay to have those emotions, but what are we going to do with it? And I think go ahead.
Now I always learn I'm better at it.
You're great at it. And you know what? We're always going to be learning how to do it. I'm still learning how to express my emotions, talk about my emotions, talk about my heart, what's going on with my heart, and sharing it and feeling safe. We're all doing that, huh?
Yes.
I think the biggest actions that we took were always loving him, always accepting him, always coming back, and in our failures, confessing to him and asking for his forgiveness as well, and just letting him experience what family was.
What is family?
Family is basically loving, caring, and helping go through something that was wrong.
You're doing so good.
Thank you.
You know that?
Yes.
We're all saying how eloquent you are and how you're doing so good at answering all the questions, and you're growing so much since last time.
Thank you.
Timmy, how do you feel when you hear your sister say all those nice things?
I feel really complimented.
Does it help you trust her when she compliments you?
Yes.
Why?
Because that means that she's telling me good things and she's proud of me.
Is it okay to be sad?
Yes, but it's okay to be sad, but you don't want to camp there. You don't want to camp there as your life is just miserable.
How does it feel now that you do have a family who loves you? Do you feel more at peace with your situation?
Yes, because I think my mama left me because on the bridge because maybe someone could find me, and somebody found me, and the police found me, and then he took me somewhere that was safe, and then the police was like on the bridge, and then he found me on the bridge.
And I think that is a great way to look at it, because everything that happened has led to you being here in this loving family who cares so much about you, with friends like me who are watching you grow, and you just have a community of people who care about you. What's the best thing about having a family?
Best thing having a family is not always getting things, but just getting to express my emotions with my family. Like, if I'm scared, or if I'm sad, or I'm worried, or I'm angry, or mad, I get to express my emotions with my sisters and my mom and dad.
When you feel mad or angry, what is the cause of it?
The cause of it is basically my bad thoughts in my head, that my parents don't love me, or my sister don't love me, or they're bad people, but they're not.
There's still going to be challenges, right?
Yes.
There's still going to be hard days. You still have a lot of first-time things to overcome, but you're doing it, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Timmy, does your mom teach you different things than your dad?
Yes.
What does your mom teach you?
She teaches me not to stress.
What is stress?
Anxiety.
What has your dad taught you?
My dad taught me to be humble.
What does it mean to be humble?
Accept instructions and not be proud.
Are you happy you're humble?
Yeah. But sometimes I do be proud.
What does your dad say when you're proud?
He says, you always have to be teachable.
I notice as I've talked to you and your sister, you keep scooting closer to her. Why do you like to be close to your sister?
Because she makes me comfortable.
What does comfortable mean?
It doesn't always mean that she's always going to do things for me. It always means that she's going to just keep me warm and comfortable.
No, thank you.
Timmy, do you have a lot of games and jokes you play with your sister?
The game. Then I tickle.
Mm-hmm.
How's it feel to have a sister you have so many games and jokes with?
It depends what my emotions feel like. Sometimes my emotion says, yeah, whatever, I can handle the joke. But sometimes my emotion says, I'm not in the mood. But sometimes I don't say I'm not in the mood or express my emotions a lot. Sometimes I just get kind of angry a little bit.
Yeah. You're learning so much of how to say, I'm not in the mood to joke right now, so let's not do that. And you're doing so good.
What makes you laugh more than anything?
Makes me laugh is about a remote control.
Why do you love remote controls?
Because, same reason, because of the batteries, about the dying.
So you think it's funny when the remote controls die?
Yes.
Can I tell you a story?
Yes.
Listen to this. The other day I was watching TV and this is incredible. I was going to turn it up. I wanted to hear it louder. And then while I was clicking, the remote died! I couldn't turn it up. And you know what I started doing?
What?
I cried like a baby. And I said, my remote died. And I cried and I cried. Do you think I really cried?
No.
No, I didn't cry. But I did. I cried and I cried and I couldn't stop crying and I cried like a baby for hours. If a child is moving into their forever home after being an orphan, what's something they can do to stay positive?
Express their emotions too.
How can they learn to do that?
By asking for help.
Is it easy to ask for help?
Sometimes it's not easy, but you have to ask for help though. If things are going wrong with you.
What do you think I'm doing?
Holding the remote.
You know what? You said remote, but I did you one better. I got you 4!
I wanna know where you open the battery part. Where do you?
Is that your favorite part?
Yeah.
Wait a second. Timmy, you're not going to believe this.
What?
The batteries in this one, they're dead. Timmy, say something to make me feel better. I'm going to start crying. Tell me something good, Timmy. Tell me we have batteries somewhere. Tell me we have batteries.
We have some batteries.
You promise?
Yes.
Okay. Do you feel safe with your mom?
Yes.
How do you know?
Because she wraps around me.
We're so grateful for him. I have people recently ask me, knowing how hard it's been and how wonderful it's been, if we would do it again. And we're like, absolutely, 100%, 200%. We would go get him and fight for him and sacrifice for him and just continue to love him.
What emotion do you experience when you think about your family here?
Happy, but always kind of like sad too sometimes.
I am blown away because he's come so far. He works so hard every day, every day is challenging for him, and to hear him saying these things is beautiful. It's amazing. An answer to prayer, huh?
Yeah.
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 Thanks, buddy.
I love Mama.
I love you.
What does love mean, Timmy?
Loving doesn't always get things, but loving helps us if we're going tough times and also happy times too.
Thanks for watching SBSK. Click subscribe here to be part of our community. Then hit the notification bell below so you never miss a story. You can even meet another friend here. See you next time.